Hi, I want to take a minute to talk about how our society responds to male pain, and specifically in regards to circumcision and men's emotional pain in general. I had some conversations with different women. One that comes to mind is when I was pregnant with my son, and some of the women at work asked me if I would be getting my son circumcised. And I really didn't want to go into everything because I had such strong feelings about it, and it was my lunch break. But I said no, and basically because I want to leave the choice up to him. And some of the women that responded to me that I was working with had sons and had them circumcised. So one of them said, "Oh, well, I can't imagine a grown man actually choosing to get part of his penis cut." So I thought that was really interesting that she chose that for him when he was a baby. And then the other one said how her first son did actually have a complication from his circumcision, and he had to have a repeat operation later to fix the problem. But when she had her next son, she had she had a female partner this time, and they they had a sperm donor and had a son together. And she said how they were asked if they would do it, and they just kind of laughed and were like, "We're two lesbian moms, we don't care about a boy, go ahead and cut him." And I think that as a society, we see this kind of mentality. You don't see that with girls. You don't see men laughing at girls' pain. If a girl is raped, men are outraged. Their fathers are, they go crazy because they don't want to see their daughters hurt. And I remember seeing a video of some of the blood-stained men protesting, and some of the women were like, "I get it. I mean, you didn't have a choice in the matter, but people will just protest anything these days, and it's just not a big deal." But look at it, it is a big deal. I mean, our society outlawed female genital mutilation in 1997, I believe, and yet we continue to do it to males all the time. And I think part of the reason is we are conditioned to laugh at men's pain. I noticed it since I was a young child, like watching um, watching movies, the or funny videos. It's always funny. People laugh when a little boy or a man gets hurt in his genitals. People just they think it's funny. They like to joke about it. And I think maybe seeing those messages over and over again conditions us to think that boys' pain either isn't real or isn't valid. And men are told to man up. Men that complain about circumcision are laughed at and mocked. And I think that's a lot of why this continues. I think it's really sad. So I think the men that are brave enough um, to go out and protest, for example, the bloodstained men, they wear those outfits that just you just cringe looking at them, which I think is great because playing nice hasn't worked. Women didn't have to do that. Women didn't have to be so extreme to get female genital mutilation outlawed. But here we have the law protecting women and girls, and the opposite for boys. All these parents are choosing it for their own children. So um, I really just hope to see if we want to move forward as a society, if we want equality, it needs to go both ways. If we want equal rights for women and um, equal protection for women and men, which in my mind, the laws are already um, protecting women in a lot of ways. Um, we need to go both ways. We can't only give protection to girls.